Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing a Ford F-350 dually with the high output power stroke, and I think you guys are going to be absolutely shocked with the towing capacities on this truck. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Ford here in Spanish Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So powering this truck is the high output power stroke. It's a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It puts out a whopping 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Now before we go over the front end, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the top, you guys can see you've got the cab lights there at the top with the dually. And then popping down below, I love the silver paint on this, and you guys can see it says Super Duty stamped there into the front. And then down below, you guys can see here with the halogen lights, and then look at the chrome on the front grille, and you've got a camera there at the bottom of the Ford logo. Tow hooks here in the center portion, and then you got fog lights here on the other side with the air dam at the bottom. And then wrapping things up, I mean, this thing just looks absolutely menacing. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 245, 75, 17 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here, pretty basic with the wheel design. Again, this is more of like a work truck spec because, well, it's an XLT F-350. And then again, you guys can see the high output power stroke badge there. Now, I want you guys to just admire the front suspension here. Look how beefy that is. And then we do have a solid front axle. Now, we've got the bedside step here, which is new with the F-350. And then here in the rear, you guys can see with the leaf spring setup, and then obviously the dual rear wheels. And putting it all together, I really like the look of the new dually. Let me know what you guys think, but I love how like the fenders and everything there pop out in the front and in the rear. It looks really cool. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, remote start, Ford logo there on the back with the little flip out key, which is pretty cool. Now popping to the bed area, first off with the tailgate, it does not slow lower down, so you do need to like let it down with your hand on it or else it'll just plunk down. Anyways, we do have Ford's tailgate step with this, which is pretty sweet. And then you got the ruler here on the back. And you guys can see we've got the plugins for the fifth wheel prep. We'll talk about fifth wheel towing in a little bit because it's crazy. Anyways, LED lights here in the bed. And then if you're wondering, this has an 8-foot box. Now lifting this up, it's actually pretty easy to get up. Super Duty stamped into the rear here. And then we've got the new style of tail lights. And yeah, look at this. I mean, literally, they're actually just tacked on still with the extended fender flares. And then you guys can see here with the exhaust tips, we've got the bumper step here on the back, and then you got parking sensors here on the rear. Now, wrapping things up, let's quickly talk about towing capacity. So bumper pull with this truck, because it has a 410 axle ratio, is 28,000 pounds. That's just insane. And that's a bumper pull. Now, when you jump over to the fifth wheel towing, 34,700 pounds. And then if you do a gooseneck with this truck, 35,800 pounds. It's basically a semi-truck at this point. Now popping inside, you guys can see the padding here, and then you get your window control, and then notice all the storage here at the bottom. And then here are these seats, really cool with the overall design. And then you do have the under seat storage as well. Now this one is the Super Cruise. We've got tons of legroom here. This one also has the vinyl floors, which makes cleaning up things a little bit easier. Got a storage pocket here, some cup holder action, and then you guys can see all the charging ports down below. And then if you're wondering, headroom back here is great. Now popping over to the front door panel, you've got the padding on the armrest. All of our window controls front two are actually automatic, which is pretty cool. We've got all of our mirror adjustments. This does have the mirror extender function. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors as well. And then we got your door lock and unlock. And well, if those towing capacities weren't insane enough, we've got a payload capacity of 5,527 pounds. And then if you guys are wondering, the gross vehicle weight rating is 14,000 pounds with this truck. And then here are the front seats, again, cloth all down the center. Got power adjustment here. It's actually manual there with the back of the seat. And then mirror lights here. We've got our light controls with your parking brake. And then the steering wheel itself is manually adjustable. Pop out key, pop in key. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, it's pretty basic with the material use all around. Again, XLT package, but notice on the front, got some controls here for the center stack, phone controls, and then we do have our cruise control with our volume controls as well. Turn signal / windshield wiper stock, and then we got the column shifter here, plus and minus to shift the gears yourself, and if you want to pop it into manual mode, there's an M there at the end to do so. Now taking a look at the gauge cluster, you guys can see mostly analog, but we do have the screen there in the center, which we can scroll through some different menus, see different bits of info on the truck. Pretty standard setup. And then just like other new Super Duties, we've got the different drive modes that we can pop into with this truck. As you can see, I like how it has the off-road mode. I mean, this does have the FX4 package, so I mean, you could take it off-road if you wanted to. Now you guys can see that we've got our 360 camera with this truck. And I mean, you've got literally camera angles, and that's auxiliary camera if you're gonna add that, for like every single part of the truck, which is pretty crazy. And if we actually press the camera button, you guys can see the front camera view, or that's not front camera. There's front camera view as well, so pop on as well. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it's a smaller unit. Overall response time is pretty solid with the screen itself. And then up above it, it's gonna be hard to see because the lighting's horrible right now, but you've got your diesel exhaust brake there for the camera. Turn that on, hazard lights, stability control, and then you got your hill descent control. We've got our trailer backup set up, and then you got more storage underneath, and then trailer brake controls, and then we got our drive line select here, so 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then your drive mode select. Radio controls here, and then you got our single zone climate set up, and then you guys can see the outlets. And then look at the storage space right there, pretty nifty. And then got some storage here, which actually it's like more cup holders. So I guess you can have a million drinks. And we got the center console, and this is actually different than the F-150 center console. It's just a little bit different, and there's cup holders actually behind it. Lots of cup holders in this truck. And then if you guys don't know, the Super Duty dash is like higher than the F-150 dash. It's actually a different aesthetic. But the glove box is pretty similar. It's like double, just like the F-150. I do like the kind of like gray surface with that. And then up top, we've got 6 auxiliary switches, which is pretty crazy. Power sliding rear window as well, and then you got all your lights here at the top. And with the mirror, it's just, yeah, regular mirror. So here's our window sticker for this XLT, and you guys can see all the standard equipment that comes with this in color iconic silver. So we've got that high output, sorry, there you go, better lighting. $12,495 with this truck. 410 axle ratio with the limited slip, right? Gooseneck kit, everything. 14,000 pound vehicle weight rating. And you can see all the other options on this. I mean, this thing's pretty dang loaded, and the lighting's horrible. Again, sorry. Anyways, base MSRP, if we can get it in the, there we go, sunlight, $56,610. Got quite a few options. This one stickers for $77,180. Well, let's sum things up. So to quickly sum things up with my walk around with this truck, I think this truck is absolutely insane. Again, this is an F-350 that anyone can buy. You don't need a commercial license or anything like that. Like, you can just go into a dealership and buy one of these trucks, and this thing can tow 35,000 pounds. I mean, it's crazy. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, $77,000. It's a lot of money, but like, it depends on what you're going to use the truck for. Like, if you bought one of these trucks and used it to, I don't know, like haul cars, for example, like, the ROI with that, with the amount of money that you can make with shipping and everything nowadays, like, this is a truck that could make someone a lot of money depending on what you use it for. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this new F-350. Let me know what you guys think about the towing capacities with this truck. I mean, again, 35,000 pounds, no commercial license needed whatsoever. And again, this isn't even the 430 axle ratio. If this had a 4.3 axle ratio, I mean, even more so. So yeah, pretty crazy. See ya.